now we're gonna do something. We're in our ever-evolving efforts to figure out what we are doing with league average. We're just going completely off the rails today. Here's the graphic. This is going to have very little to do with basketball, but a lot to do with a conversation that Ethan and I started and then just decided that we should have here. So, Ethan, why don't you get us rolling?
Yeah, I think that we wanted to say that Space Jam was below average as a
But
movie,
you wanted
but
to say this.
yeah, well, I wanted to say this. But at the same time, I don't think there's enough appreciation for just how addled and crazy and convoluted the plot of Space Jam is. And I think that
Wait,
this is because,
hold on. I remember Space Jam as like, I had a lot of fun watching this. Michael
sure,
Jordan
sure,
comes back, the R. Kelly song,
yeah,
also Looney Tunes. Okay, it's a little bit
all
nutty,
that.
but I mean, it's a kids movie. Like, I don't understand your beef with it.
It is a kids movie, and that's the thing. When we're kids, everything to us seems not weird because everything's new. We lack context. We can't stand back from anything and go, "Holy crap, that's really weird." But to refresh your memory, Beckley, I mean, well,
Okay,
maybe I
take me
could just
down, take me for a walk.
I could walk you down the plot of Space Jam. So essentially, space aliens off in some planet have an amusement park run by a villain, and he wants the
Okay.
amusement park to do better, so he
It's
conceives
a
of a
Donald
plot where
Sterling
he can.
metaphor, but go on.
It is where he can go down to planet Earth and go underneath the Earth's surface to find Looney Tune characters, enslave them, and have them be the entertainers at the amusement park. So he sends his minions down to do this, and
Uh-huh.
they do this. They go underneath the surface of the Earth, talk to Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny challenges them to a basketball game because they look puny and scrawny.
Okay.
So after that, the Nerdlucks, I believe they're called, or Nerdlukes, however you want to term it. There are various ways to
Right.
say it.
The nerds, the
Those
rich,
guys,
mean nerds. Okay.
yeah, they're bad. What they do craftily is go above the surface to non-Cartoonville to go to famous basketball players, steal their souls, their talent essentially, which for some reason physically manifests in themselves, making them huge and
Right.
strong,
Well, and for
so
some
that
reason
they.
in this movie, Sean Bradley has talent that you can actually steal.
Yeah, we didn't quite know yet, and Muggsy Bogues is a part of it. So they steal
Right.
the talent of these basketball playing humans, and Bugs Bunny is scared, so he finds Michael Jordan, who is golfing, and that the aliens have not stolen Jordan's talent because he is retired. There's a whole lot of joking about that. Jordan is pulled, in the Looney Tunes style, through a golf hole, and completely
Right. Which
unperturbed, unfreaked out.
It,
Not
well,
even a bead of
it's also it
sweat.
doesn't freak out Larry Bird, right? He's playing with Bird, and Bird just watches it happen, and then's like, oh, okay, I
Yeah,
guess I'll just finish my round.
yeah.
Larry Bird's seen it
Yeah,
all.
No, I, nothing.
yeah, I guess
Larry's seen everything in Boston. But yeah, you're right. Jordan shows up. He gets pulled through the hole, and instead of being like, what just happened? My body
Oh.
just changed dimensions. Why am I talking to cartoons? He's like, oh, okay, yeah, play a game against intergalactic aliens. Yeah, no,
Sure,
totally,
sure.
I'm
I'm
ready.
game. I can go. I'm ready. He's just ready to go. He's not questioning his reality. He's not wondering if somebody slipped a hallucinogen into his drink. He's just like, sure. Oh yes, I understand, Bugs Bunny. Like, let's do it. Like, what do we do? So he does that, and he even goes so far as, and I think that maybe because this is before the internet really got kicking, that this wasn't a big controversy. No one's talked about it. And we're going to be talking about some racial stuff, so I guess it fits in. But like the peak of racial insensitivity of this movie, Michael Jordan puts his freedom on the line along with the Looney Tune characters and just throws that into the pot. And there's even, and I don't want to make people uncomfortable, but it is in this movie, and this is why perhaps you should re-see it and see, how it's different from when you were a kid. There is a cartoon silhouette of Jordan in shackles. I am not making that up. It exists in the movie. It is there. The internet did not exist, so people were not freaking out about this. And
You saying there's
you
some
know the rest.
racial? You're saying there's a racial component to a black athlete in shackles forced to perform for his freedom.
Yeah,
I read a book about
basically,
that.
yeah, there could be. There was a certain blindness to it, and there was people discounted it. So he mortgages his freedom. Obviously, they beat the space aliens, thus freeing the Looney Tunes character. Their villain overlords, is defeated in the end. Somebody says something, what? Nothing about Lola Bunny? Yes, she was one of the more attractive cartoon characters of all time. It does need to be mentioned, but
All
there
right.
you go. That's the plot of Space Jam. It is completely
Okay,
insane.
So Ethan, you're gonna stick with below average. Zach,
Below,
I
yes.
think I know where you come in on this. What are you saying?
All right, when I was a kid, let's say 12, 13, 14, back around when this movie came out, I used to think Pamela Anderson and Tyra Banks were just ridiculously good looking. Um, if you looked at them today, some things just don't hold up. This movie's terrible. It's below league average.
Okay. I'm gonna say that the absurdity of this movie, as laid out by Ethan, makes it actually actually above average on a number of levels because it's actually watchable for you can actually mine it for interesting things way later. How many cartoon movies or weird, like I guess you could do that with Airbud? No, you couldn't. So in that way, because it is still relevant, because it is still a metaphor for weird racial relations regarding athletes and black athletes and privilege and playing, I say it is above average.